Hey, hello guys. I hope that everyone who are seeing this video is doing amazing and being safe. That is the most important thing right now, as we know. This is a public campaign that has to do with migrant people that come to Mexico. This campaign is made up by a team which name is From Jordigans. We are quite a big team because we are 7 members that I want you to introduce. The first one is Isai Diaz, the second one is Cesar Castro, the third one is Luis Ángel Cisneros, the fourth one is Carlos Dotor, the fifth one is Jorge Nava, the sixth one is Carlos Emilio, and the last one is me, Yael Perez. So, we are doing a campaign that has to do with migrant people in general, and I hope that you guys can join us and that you can enjoy this video because it's a very interesting and important topic that everyone in the country has to do with. So, let's move on.
Well, talking about our objectives in this project, we have to say that first of all we have to be humanistic and also have a concise and clear mind, just to be like empathetic with these people that are also human as us. We have to give them an opportunity, new jobs, food, the things that they can find in their country, so we can give them an opportunity to live in here. So it's like a threat in which they win and they work and help us like a great population. So that's like an important objective in this part. Also like seek this kind of help to these people, that it's not easy to move to one country to another, that we have to have it so concise, like be empathetic and also support them. And also another objective could be like the way we can treat them and have less discrimination to this kind of people that I know that it's so kind of harmless, because they think that they are less because they're moving to work because they cannot find in the country these opportunities. So I think if we can stop this and start helping, we can make a change.
Well, we have very clear that this is a big problem, and that is why we want to be a change to find a solution of this. Our proposal in this project will be that we will seek to create a company which supports migrant people in the sense of getting a job in the foreign country to which they arrive, like it is Mexico. What we are going to do is to collect the data and personal information that migrant peoples have and give them a job opportunity. In our company, we will put these people on the radar of Mexican companies which seeks to hire new workers with the intention of helping them. Also, our main objective will be to seek the help to majority of migrants people to get a job. This will solve several problems that they cause by not finding work in our country, and we also hope that with this new project also helps the insecurity of our country, because we think that it will go down in a general way. There hope that there will not be more discrimination against migrant people. There will be no more people living on the streets or asking for a coin at the traffic lights. We believe that this project is with a social cause which will benefit many people in general.
Okay, so now we are reaching a very important and interesting point of this campaign, that is, how did we get to this idea? Like, how did everything started? So at first we all as a team agreed that we wanted to help migrant people, but we didn't exactly know how. So I personally make a very quick investigation of what were the mainly necessities of migrant people, and I found out that they needed an income, they needed a job, because they couldn't get a job because they didn't have enough information, like personal information, to offer to companies, to Mexican companies, so they can hire them. So I proposed to my team the idea of creating a campaign that can help migrant people by getting their information, like helping them to get that information, and then to send that information to Mexican companies that can hire them. Probably you guys are wondering, why do Mexican companies need to do that? Like, what's the benefit of doing that, and why should they do that? Okay, so we as a team think that migrant people are very hard workers. They take their jobs very serious, and that's something that it's worth it. That's something that companies want. People who seriously leave their hearts on their works, and that's exactly what migrant people are looking for on Mexico. They want an second opportunity, and that's exactly what the companies will bring them: an opportunity to have an income and to have a reason to wake up every day. So we think that the benefit that the companies will get are very hard workers, people who are going to give them their heart, and they're going to have a good income. Like at the end of the day, that's going to be a win-win by both of them, the companies and the people, and that's something that we want, and we hope that it can be true.
Hi, my name is Carlos Emilio Padilla Robles, and the reason why I'm doing this project is because I really want to help people in need. I know that maybe it's a little bit difficult to make a change because of my age, but I believe that this is a good opportunity to try it.
And talking about this explanation of why I'm in here in this project, well, first of all, I think that in our country there's also this kind of movements in which some people leave and someone enter to our country, but also these people are not good received. I don't like this happened to me. Like if I go to another country, they treat me like the majority of our population treat these people. So I think we can make that change and also give them an opportunity that they need as humans also.
Okay, so we have to talk about the reason we are here in this project. It is mainly because we are really concerned about the amount of migrants there are in the whole world, not only in Honduras and Mexico and South America and that kind of regions, but it is a worldwide problem, and we should really work towards solving it or making it life easier for migrants to go out of their countries for whatever reason they need to go out. Obviously, as we know, it is very, very complicated for them to actually live a proper life, a good life when exiting their countries. So I think that's the reason for me to be in this project, because I know many people that have nearly escaped their countries in order to look for something better. But yeah, I think that's the main reason, because I am also concerned of what people suffer when changing from one country to another.
Why do people migrate? Well, people migrate for many different reasons. These reasons can be classified as economic, social, political, or environmental reasons. Economic migration is to moving to find work or follow a particular career path. Social migration is moving somewhere for a better quality of life or to be closer to family or friends. Political immigration is to moving to escape political persecution of war. Also, the environmental causes of migration include natural disasters such as flooding, Some people choose to migrate. Example, someone who moves to another country to enhance their career opportunity. Some people are forced to migrate. Example, someone who moves to the war or famine. A refugee is someone who has left their home and does not have a new home to go to. Often, refugees do not carry many possessions with them and do not have a clear idea of where they may finally settle. The push factors are the reasons why people leave an area. They include the lack of service, the lack of safety, the high crime, crop failure, the drought, the flooding, the poverty, and the war. Pull factors are the reason why people move to a particular area. They include high employment, more wealth, better services, good climate, safer, less crime, political stability, more fertile land, lower risk from natural hazards, and migration usually happens as a result of a combination of these push and pull factors.
Well, in the second question says, what adversities do people face when they migrate to another country? In this case, from Honduras to Mexico. During migration, people are affected in many ways. Many of us will think that they are only affected by a problem with finding a job, but of course this is not the case. These people suffer from many problems, such as the language barriers, lack of employment, housing, access to medical services, transportation issues, cultural differences, raising children, prejudice. But of course, since we are talking about Honduras and Mexico, perhaps some of the aforementioned difficulties do not apply to this one. In our survey, some immigrants were asked what the main problems were when they tried to cross through Mexico, and this is their response. So we have that robberies has a 20.3%, the migratory operation has in 15.3%, and kidnapping has a 10.7%. After looking through this table, we can see that many of these people suffer from violence or discrimination. Many of these took place in the trajectory that they used to guide themselves. So they were asked if they consider this trajectory safe or not. And this is the results. The results are that 57.2% said that they felt secure or they felt safe, and 38% say that they didn't feel safe. And while the people who said that they didn't feel safe were asked why is the reason why they choose this option, and well, they say that of course the reason why they say that is because 30.4% said that because of the migratory operation, 28.3% because of robberies, and 10.8% because of organized crime.
Once they get into another country, refugees try to integrate into the new land, but many barriers are in their way. They usually do not have citizenship or work license in this new country. They may not speak the same language. They may not know anyone who can help them, and they may not have any money to invest in resources. Now, when migrant people arrive to our country, there has to be made certain legal procedures in order to respect the human rights of the migrant people, considering them as human beings instead of illegal outsiders. Usually, migrant people get themselves work in construction area, helping the country where they migrate to expand and grow, while getting rewarded for that. But if you went through all the legal procedures, you can get work as any other citizen.
I think it's truly important to consider supporting and joining to this cause. Because first we need to say that a lot of migrants leave their country because their origin is currently in a bad situation and they don't have a good level economically. We must understand and stop thinking that migrants come to assault or to steal things. They come in order to have a new and better life opportunities. Mm, for the factories, asking themselves if it would be a good idea to hire migrants in order to that they work for them, it would be positive for the both sides, because with this the factories will have a major index of production, and by consequence more supply of products, and as a other consequence they will have more sales. And for migrants it would be a very helpful opportunity, because they will have something, they can have a living, and they maybe will be able to afford a daily food, which is also very important. Also, it would be a very considerate, it would be a considerate thing that from the it would be a considerate thing from the companies, from the factories, that they could give them resources to have education for their kids if they have, or for the of or for the migrants. In brief words, it would be a win for the two sides.
We have to consider that migrants are people too, so the least we can do is help them to get a good quality life, while improving our production with it. If we analyze this, it's even better for us to receive migrants, because they help to make our country grow. There is still discrimination to migrants, so having them will help fight against it in order to live in a respectful country. And if we help migrants with their legal procedures, we can help them to get better opportunities in general in our country, which is the main point.
Okay, guys, now we are on my favorite point of all the project, because it is an interview that I had the pleasure to do to a migrant from the hostel Hermanos en el Camino. I had the pleasure to interview him, and actually I can't tell you his name because I asked him if I could do it, and he told me that if it wasn't extremely necessary, if I could hide his identity, it would be the best thing to him. And that's what I will do, because he was very respectful and generous during the interview, so we need to respect that part. And yeah, let's move on to the questions that I asked him and the answer that he gave to me. Okay, the first question that I asked him was, how do you feel? How do you feel after going through so many impediments and being here today, being alive? I remember that the first thing that he made was to smile, because I guess he remembered the things that he went through, and the thing that he was alive and he accomplished his mission was something amazing. The answer that he gave it to me, it was the same. He was very happy. He went through a lot of things, but that doesn't stop him. He accomplished what he wanted, and the most important thing that he thinks, it was that he was alive, and he was going to have a very quality of life here than his native country, and that was something amazing that I personally will never forget. Okay, I know that was something amazing, but the second question has to do with it. Do you regret about everything you have done about leaving your country? That was the question. And I remember that he responded to me that no, he doesn't regret about leaving his country. And I asked him at that second why, because I was curious if he had family or something, and he told me that no, he didn't have family, and that was one of the reasons why he left his native country to seek a better opportunity here in Mexico. and that was something amazing. I think that if you are living something on your native country that was kind of bad, and it was amazing that he didn't left anything on his native country, and I think that was why he doesn't regret about what he done, and that's something very very good. Okay, the third question that I asked him was for you. Was it easy to get your documents while in Mexico? And he responded to me that no, it wasn't easy because he at first didn't have enough documents to get their documents. And the second thing was that he was scared because there was a chance that he could be denied and he needed to come back to his country, and that was something that really scared him. But at the end of the day, he did all the formalities that he needed to do, and he got his documents, but he was really afraid, and that's something that I can imagine if I'm honest. Okay, and the last question that I asked him was, what would be your advice to the people who want to seek a better opportunity in another country outside of their native country? His response was very short, and he told me that the best advice that he could give was to really trust on themselves. And I think that his advice was really good. I think it was really deeper, because if you are going to move on to another country, you really need to trust on you, because you will need to work, you will need to wake up early, and to have that energy, that motivation to work and to think that you are going to be the best. And that's something that only you can do, because no one else will do it for you. And I really like his advice, and I really hope that the people who want a better opportunity in another country can achieve it, and they need to trust on themselves, like he told me. And that was everything from me on this interview. I really like him, and I hope that you really enjoy it.
In the second interview, I interviewed another migrant. He didn't wanted to her he didn't wanted his name to be revealed, but he accepted to ask my questions. And the first question that I answered to him is, how has people treated him? How people treat him since he came to Mexico? He has said me that some people treat him as a normal person. They don't disrespect him, but unfortunately he told me that of course there was people that discriminate him. And he told me that there are people that think that he's a criminal, that he came to rob, or they just ask for money to buy drugs or something like that. Then I asked him that his accusations that he has until now, since he left his country, Honduras. He told me that it's been like a split, because he feels like it's a better place, he told me that it is a place better than Honduras, because that he feels better living here, but the fact of the discrimination and not finding a stable and secure job makes him to think that if he did the correct thing. I asked him then if he has find like troubles to find a stable job, and he told me that of course it is, because the fact of being a migrant, it's like a clear disadvantage, because some of the persons that hire people discriminate him, or they think that they want to rob something, they want to rob merchandise and other things, or they believe that the migrants just want to lose time. I asked him then if he missed something from Honduras, and then he told me that of course he misses in general the entire country, because there he was some part of his life, a good part of his life. Of course, it's not easy to leave your birth country. That he misses some of his family. He misses some things that he used to do there, and he miss he resumed me that he misses his way of style that he left on Honduras in order to look for a better life in Mexico. And the final question that I asked to him is that if he still believed that everything will change and will be worthy. I asked him that if he really believed that this will result in as a good thing, and if he keeps the hope in order to everything change and be better, and he answered me that yes, he thinks that everything, that his situation will turn up, that he will find a stable job, and maybe he will be able to study something in order to go looking for even better opportunities, and go up and up and up and up, and yeah. He also told me that since the first moment he arrived to Mexico, from a first point of view, he realized that the life quality was better, and even if something doesn't go as he wants, he's living in a most secure country than Honduras.
Well, in conclusion, we could see that Honduras is going through a rough time, and we as Latin Americans should help. Maybe not give them all the money that we have, but at least give them an opportunity to live a better life. We would like to use this video to encourage people to help them. It could be in any aspect. Maybe you could offer them a job, or maybe you could give them food, or even clothes. Anything will be great. Thank you for your time.